Okay, this is an interesting one. So someone has emailed me saying that her husband has been accused of groping her friends and making inappropriate advances to her friends. And she wants to know if this is something that happens a lot or she's on her own, and how she can deal with that embarrassment. And they're going through a breakup now, but she did hear about it, try and work it through, couldn't work it through. She wants to know how can she move forward. Now, obviously, this is a really difficult thing. You know, a lot of times when things happen, people don't tell you about them. You know, they don't tell you what's happened because they don't want to get involved. Maybe they feel awkward or embarrassed about it. Maybe they feel that it's not their place, or maybe in some cases they think maybe you know about it and you're okay with it. So a lot of people choose not to get involved. So I think one positive from this is that she's found out because her friends have told her what her ex was doing. So I think that's a really positive thing. And to say that your friends are able to talk to you about this is a good thing, because you obviously have good relationships. It's not always easy, and a lot of people will choose not to talk about it. So the fact that you've got good friends around you, that they are open and honest and feel that they can come to you, is a positive, because it can risk friendships, telling people that you know that their partner's either having an affair, or that you suspect it, or that they've tried it on with you. So it's a difficult subject. And you know, everyone has their own views, and there's no right or wrong. You've got to think for you what the right thing is, because ultimately if you do tell somebody that there's something that is potentially not stable in their relationship or not healthy, who listens to that? You know, a lot of people will say, well, my friend's been telling me for ages that he's not the right guy for me, or she's not the right girl for me. But do you listen? No, 9 times out of 10, we don't take that on, or we might take it on, but it may not make us take any action. And also, what happens if you tell somebody and then they get back together again? You know, maybe it's only just enough time to get rid of your meddling ass from their situation and you're not friends anymore. But, you know, if they do get back together, that makes it very awkward for you. So it is a difficult decision. So I would take it as a positive that these friends have thought that they can come together and talk to you about it. So first of all, take heed that you have really good friends. And in situations like this, you definitely need good friends around you. Number 2, please don't take the blame on yourself. I know you didn't know about it in this particular situation. And, you know, this behaviour, that your ex has been doing for a while, is his issue. Okay, it's his toxicity, it's his issue. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's not a reflection on you, it's nothing to do with you. So please don't take the blame for it or feel awkward or embarrassed about it, although I know that's very easy to say, but it is not your fault, okay? And it's not something that you've done. And again, there's another level to this, right? So this particular person is feeling guilty, but also less than. It does affect your confidence when your partner is out doing things like touching other women or trying it on with other women. And, you know, what if it's inappropriate? Then obviously that is an absolute no-no, and that has to be stopped. But from her perspective, it's important to take back your control. So if you're in a situation where your partner's done something, maybe they've had an affair, maybe they've done something that has embarrassed you or made things awkward, maybe they've tried it on with a friend or just anybody else and it's been reported back to you. I have another client at the moment who got a phone call from another woman who said she'd been in a relationship with her husband for a long time, and the woman had an argument with him and she decided she was going to phone the wife and tell her. So, you know, you're not alone if you're going through this. This is something that happens. And it is really tough, but you have to know this is not you. And I know it's going to hit your confidence massively, because of course you're going to start thinking, well, why are they looking elsewhere? Why are they going to find other women? What's wrong with me? And again, we get into that loop of what I call hamster wheel questions, which are questions that take you round and round in circles, but really don't give you any answers. And if they do give you answers, they're not empowering answers that are going to take you forward. They're going to keep you stuck. So please know that it isn't you, and we have to now start to rebuild your confidence and self-esteem. Now, again, everybody reacts differently to these kind of situations. Some people think that they can work through this, and they believe they can, and there's no right or wrong. You have to think about your situation. But what I would say is please think carefully, okay? It's very normal and it's human nature to want to stay in what we know, even if it's horrendous, even if it's the worst relationship ever. Quite often we'll stay in it because the fear of leaving and the unknown of what else might be out there is too much. Like as human beings, we don't really like change. We don't really like taking a chance and jumping into the unknown. Now, some people are much more comfortable with that than others, and others are afraid of that. And that's just human nature to be worried about not knowing what's coming. But the irony is we'll stick with something that is super, super painful, that we know hurts us, but we've got a certainty that it's really bad and that it's going to make us feel really bad. So we'll rather stay with the certainty of knowing that we can just about get through it, even though it's terrible, than take the chance to get out and face something that we don't know. Now, that could be a fear of being alone or not finding love again. But to be quite honest, where you are right now, is that love? Is that what you deserve? Is that a relationship that's healthy? So please take time to just think about, is this the right thing to do, to stay somewhere where this is happening, and what do you deserve? And this is something that I would love you to think about, is what do you deserve in a relationship? Now, nobody's perfect. We all have our flaws and our weaknesses. We all maybe do things that we regret or wish we could take back or change, in a snap in an argument, something like that. However, what do you deserve? Not what other people tell you deserve. Maybe since you were little, your parents have told you deserve certain things or don't deserve certain things. Maybe in this specific relationship, your partner has put you down or maybe made you feel that you're not worth something. I want you to take that all out of the equation. And especially for this particular person, I want you to ask those supportive friends who have come to you and ask them and discuss with them, what do you think I deserve? Because I'm pretty sure that they're telling you because they believe you deserve better. And that's the important thing. Understanding your worth and understanding your self-worth and your value is really important to enabling you to take that leap of faith into the future. Because even if you are alone, it can be better to be alone than to be in a relationship where your confidence is damaged, where you're actually being damaged by that situation, rather than being in a situation where you've got opportunities and you can take control and move forward and explore other areas. So it's a common fear, it's a natural fear, but I do want you to start thinking, in order to get through it, or about your self-worth. Now, how can you do that? Well, you can talk to your friends. I definitely want you to write it down. I know that's a bit more effort, but actually when you start to commit to paper, you can start to see just how much you have about you, things that you're good at, things that you that your friends would notice you for, maybe things that your friends would say, oh, I come to you for this because you're super good at that. Maybe you've got a skill or a talent. Maybe you're a great cook. Maybe you're a terrible cook like me. Maybe but maybe you're better at other things. So let's think about the things that you're good at and your value that you bring to the world. Because as I've said before in other videos, you need to be the leading lady in your world, or the leading man. You need to be that star of your own show. And so how do you do that? Well, you start to tap into the things that you bring that are valuable and unique to you. So we all have our own quirks. We all have our way that we do things differently. And that's great. Embrace those unique things and learn to love that. Because the more you learn to love yourself, the more you feel empowered just to be free to be you, the more you'll start to see that your self-worth deserves more than being with somebody who does things like this, that treats you less than you deserve. And all of this, whether it's your partner going off and doing things that are really, really uncomfortable and wrong, or whether it's something else, it's about taking back your control and taking the time to think through and really consciously drag yourself through the process of identifying your self-worth and rebuilding that, because you deserve more than that. And the idea of focusing on him and what he's done, his behaviours, distracts you from focusing on letting go, building on your reserves and moving forward. We want to box that up. And yes, of course, there's going to be time when you want to talk about it, discuss it, think about it. But I want you to be able to start focusing your attention away from that, so that you can move on. And actually, once you start to focus on what you deserve, the future becomes more exciting, because it opens up so many more opportunities and chances for you to go on and be even happier. So I hope that's helped. If you've got questions, then put them below. Please share and like and tell your friends, because sharing and helping and suggesting and making your comments below really helps other people too who are struggling. So big hugs. Bye.